going on, guys? ChaseWins.com coming to you for Tuesday, September the 8th, 2020. I hope everyone had a nice last weekend of summer, holiday weekend, Labor Day. It is just after midnight now, so it is officially Tuesday, and this time of year is usually always bittersweet for me. I love the start of college football. I enjoy football, and you know what? It's nice to get some fall weather because where I live, we deal with very hot summers, and it's hot, more of the year than it's not. But I like hot weather. I like summertime. I don't like cold weather. I don't like wintertime. I don't like gloomy rain. Um, but, a month or so of fall is nice, and I always love the start of football. But it's always bittersweet because as football begins, the regular season of baseball starts to wind down. Those dog days of summer end, and you all know that's what I live for. But this year we've been. I'm just thankful to have sports. So now that another sport is starting and getting into rhythm, I'm just thankful for that. So now we can kick off the NFL coming up. Thursday, I think? Is that right? I think it's Thursday. The Chiefs and the Texans, I believe. Let's kick off this, and then I want to see college basketball. I just want sports to keep coming and become more normal as they go. But anyway, hope everyone enjoyed their weekend. Let's do an announcement, then a recap, and then get you on a free play. Everybody's been wondering, hey, you haven't had a game of the week or month or year since February. Obviously, sports shut down in March. They came back in July. During that shutdown, we were playing international baseball and winning that at a very high rate. Horse racing almost every day. But obviously didn't release any games of the week, month, or year. Now that we've got everything back, I have not released one of those, and the numbers just haven't been there. And then even on some of them that became very close, there's just so much unknown that's been going around, especially, the NBA playing in a bubble is one thing, but you don't know what they're doing with their next social justice project or boycott or what they're going to be fighting for one day and then it disappears the next day. You don't hear about it anymore when they realize that they were talking out both sides of their mouth. With baseball, 7-inning doubleheaders are just not something, even if the numbers were there. There have been 3 separate occasions where the numbers have supported top play or above on a doubleheader game, but I'm not putting that on a 7-inning doubleheader. And I'm certainly not going to do it where, just like that, they could decide, hey, it's only 7 innings, let's let the bullpen go to work and hope that in the second game of a 2-game set, we can let one pitcher try to run it all the way through. So I haven't released one, but I have one now. I have one that makes the cut of not only a game of the week, but a game of the month, and it is in Major League Baseball. So on Tuesday night, we have a Major League Baseball game of the month. Now, anybody that's been with me for a long time or has followed me for a long time knows exactly what that means. For those of you that are new to the channel or new to working with me, I'll go ahead and explain it to you since you may have not seen one before. When I have a game of the week, game of the month, or game of the year in any sport, that play with write-up is always for sale at ChaseWins.com. If you are currently on a package, it is not included in that package unless you are on a 1-year all-access pass. The all-access membership is the only thing that includes those high of rated plays. Otherwise, it's always a separate purchase. But this is what I put on the purchase. Because some services will, say, hey, I've got a play of the century, and it loses, and it's OL. Or they say, oh, if it loses, I'll give you the next play of the century. Or they might say, if it loses, I'll give you your money back on what you spent. That doesn't do anything for you for the money that you would have lost playing the game. So what I do is my games of the month are $99. Period. The price is not negotiable. It will never be negotiable. My prices are what they are. It's $100. You get the play, you get the write-up, you play the game. Anybody that's been with me for any period of time knows that the chances of me losing a game of the month aren't very high. but it is sports, and nothing is ever 100% guaranteed. So if, by chance, God forbid this game were to lose, I'm not going to give you your money back. I'm not going to just say sorry. You won't even have to email me and tell me that you hope that I die in a fiery crash somewhere, or tell me how bad I suck and how much more you think you know than me. I give you a full 1 week of service, absolutely free. A 7-day pass to get you all premium and daily top plays, absolutely free in all sports, other than NASCAR, obviously. So that's what I offer. So not only will you get a full package that cost what you would have paid for that game, you get 7 days of all plays to not only make your money back, but ensure that you turn profit. Because what do I always say? You spend money with me, as long as you follow direction, I make sure that you profit. So we've got that. Now, I coach some Little League Baseball. You guys know that. We have practices Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays. Practice at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, so I am leaving my office at 6 p.m. on the dot. You have to purchase this game by 6 p.m. If you don't, you won't be able to, because the link won't be there. And after 6 p.m., you won't be able to reach out to me and say, well hey, how can I buy it? It's not going to be there, and I'm going to be off the grid after that. ChaseWins.com, go to the purchase page. You'll see the link that says Chase's MLB Game of the Month. Purchase it. As soon as you do that, you'll be able to log in, click the link, play, and write-up will be there. If you are a 1-year all-access member and you are new, so you haven't seen one of these plays yet, when you log into your membership area now, if you don't see it, if you don't see the link for the game of the month, click the dashboard icon on the top left of the screen and you'll see it come back up. Don't email me and say, oh, I bought a 7-day package and I don't see that. It's not there. It's only for all access members. If you are not an all access member, it is a separate purchase. When? Or you get 1 week of service absolutely free. All right. So we got that out of the way. Let's do a recap, a little Labor Day recap. And I was going to tell you guys, live shows. I promised you that when college football came back, live shows would follow. I am hoping that I can get live shows started back off this week. I've got 2 separate places that we can do it, at the office and at my home office. I like to do them from home, that way it's just more quiet. But as some of you know, in some parts of the country, kids are doing virtual school. My kids are doing a swing schedule. So they go to school for 2 weeks and then they're home for a week, doing school at home. This week is one of those weeks. So I don't know that I'll be able to do it. I'm not traveling this week because of that, that very reason. I'm going to try to be at the home office more so than anything else, just in case they need me for anything. We'll see. If I do not get to kick them off this week, they will come back next week. We're going to be doing at least 3 live shows a week. They will be during the day. I don't know an exact time yet. And that will be also kicking off Outfielders Anonymous coming back, some interviews we have there. And then I hope that I can announce this coming week about a new podcast that we've got coming out that is, Outfielders Anonymous is a baseball podcast, but people have been saying we want Outfielders Anonymous for other sports, so we're going to do that. But I'll announce more to that to come, and some big announcements involving, can't really say yet, but you can probably see that. We Are Sports Foundation. This came in. This is what's in this envelope right here will be announced shortly. So some big news coming up for me and my co-founder there, and what we're going to be doing in some communities around the country here shortly, now that things are kind of starting to open back up. All right, let's get on a recap. Oh, and I wanted to give a shout out because I didn't do it the other day. The Kentucky Derby, race 14 at Churchill Downs, the Running of the Roses. Had 3 horses that we selected. We had the 1-unit horse and 2 half-unit horses. Authentic was a 10-1 plus 1,000 long shot horse that he had as a half-unit play. So congrats to Rich, our horse guy, cashing in on another one on the biggest race of the year, cashing in for some easy profit in that race. So congrats to everybody that jumped on that or is a member and got that. Patrick had another great NASCAR Sunday at Darlington, kicking off the NASCAR playoffs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a separate video that's strictly NASCAR, so this video doesn't drag on longer than it has to. So make sure I will drop the link for that video in this description when it's done. Otherwise, or you can just search it, but it'll be up by tomorrow morning. We'll do a recap on everything that he did. But he had another race winner, another great day overall. All right, let me see here. Give me 1 second, because I'm going to go ahead and pull up William Hill just to see if anything's changed from what I bet just a few minutes ago. I doubt it has, because it was just right before I started this video. All right, but while we're doing that, let's go ahead and get on a recap. And as everybody knows, we have not lost a single MLB top play all season, and hoping to not do one. That'd be great if we could go completely undefeated in MLB top plays for an entire season. Nobody would be able to say that they did that or have ever done that. But one thing we're going to have to do is make sure we cash this game of the month that we've got for Tuesday. But we did have a top play on Monday for Labor Day, but it was in the NHL this time. It was not in Major League Baseball. We had one of our Major League Baseball plays that almost made the cut. We almost had two top plays, but it just barely missed the cut of top play. But we did release it as a premium play. So first two games that we had, and one of them was an absolute joke. We had two early games. We had the Philadelphia Phillies minus 120 on the money line against the New York Mets. We had the Phillies started out great. Good offensive production. They were up, 6-0, and that carried on through the halfway point of the game. They are just such a poor defensive team. I mean, Joe Girardi should be ashamed of himself. He talks up Didi Gregorius. I got absolutely hammered in comments on Twitter, on YouTube. I had people emailing me telling me that I was insane for saying that Didi Gregorius was the biggest waste of money for the Philadelphia Phillies because he doesn't fit in that organization. He's past the prime of what he's got. The Yankees should have just tried to hang on to him or ship him out to Oakland. And what does he do? Today alone, he gets clocked for 2 defensive errors in back-to-back innings. And truth be told, they're becoming so lenient on what is considered an error now, where you have to do so much for it to be tagged as an official error. Didi should have had 5 errors today. Didi was a joke. He alone almost cost them that game. They were up 6-0, completely controlling the game. And all they had to worry about was Alonso and McNeil. That's it. That's all they had to worry about. They should have absolutely anal assaulted the New York Mets. And then in the 7th inning, they come back. New York Mets take a lead. 7 runs get scored in 2 innings, and they take the lead. Luckily, miraculously, the Phillies do come back, tie it up. It goes into extra innings, and they end up pulling out a 9-8 victory. The Phillies deserve to lose that game. They were the better pick. They were the smart pick. Anybody that disagrees with that obviously didn't see the 6-0 score and how they were controlling every aspect of the game until Didi Gregorius decided that defense is just something that we're going to play NBA defense. So that doesn't work in baseball, Didi. Anyway, the Phillies ended up pulling it out, thank God, or that was going to be probably the most gut-wrenching loss I've taken all year. We haven't taken a ton of losses, but the fact that we had one in the bag from the start and we would have dropped it like that would have been awful. So the Phillies end up cashing for us. Had the Minnesota Twins on the run line against Detroit at minus 120 for minus 1.5 runs. That was an easy blowout winner there. So that put us at 2-0 on the day. Then at the 8 o'clock game, we had the Giants and the Diamondbacks under 8 runs. That almost became a top play, but a premium nonetheless. An easy winner. That one was never in doubt. So another MLB totals winner right there. The only game that we lost in the MLB was the Padres on the run line. In the 7th inning, bases loaded, 1 out. Well, there was 2 on, 1 out. Tatis gets hit by a pitch. Bases are loaded. Machado up. And he lines out to third in what became a double play. That game was 0-0 all the way through. That right there, if Machado could have just gotten past that third baseman, 2 runs would have scored. It would have kept going. They would have covered this. But because he did that and turned it into a double play, it was 0-0 until the bottom of the 9th, and the Padres pushed one across the plate. I was praying for a home run. Kyle Freeland and Dylan Lamet pitched amazing. The fact they pulled Lamet out, they shouldn't have. They should have at least let him pitch through the 8th or finish the 7th. Finish the 8th. Or was it the 7th he got pulled out? It doesn't matter. 1 out to go. He was pitching fantastic. He could have pitched a complete game shutout. Padres did win the game 1-0, but we needed him on the run line. But we were only laying $1.05 there, so hardly any juice lost on that. So we ended up going 3-1 in the MLB. And then we had the Tampa Bay Lightning on the money line minus 140, a nice, very big write-up there. And that was an easy top play, and they absolutely crushed New York. Every single thing that I said in that write-up was not only a fact, but every single point I made was proven in that game over and over and over again. So a 4-1 day overall with a top play winner makes for a very, very, very profitable day. Great Labor Day. What's better? Getting the day off work and getting to make more money in one day than you probably do all week at your job. That's what it's all about. So anyway, congratulations to everyone. Let's get on a free play. All right, give me just a second. Speaking of hockey, that is what we are going to go with for the free play. Now, obviously, there's only one game on. Western Conference Finals here. Dallas Stars, Golden Knights. Dallas Stars are up 1-0 in the series. Golden Knights, this is the point that I want to make about the Golden Knights. I've said it all season long. I have made, since a week before the season started, I said that the Tampa Bay Lightning were my pick to win it all, to hoist the Stanley Cup at the end of the year. And then, of course, throughout the season, I've stood by that statement, and I refuse to change it. But people have asked me, who do you think they'll play? Who do you think the best team in the West is? And I have said over and over again, I don't think that the most talented team is Vegas. I truly don't. If you really want to talk about talent, saying, okay, every single player, you mash them together, what's the team with the most talent when you break it down player to player? Truth be told, I think it was Colorado. Dallas, give them a run for their money. I said all year Dallas was a sleeping giant. But one thing that Vegas has that no other team in the West has is the speed that they have. Not only that, better than any team in hockey, they pound the net. They shoot more shots on goal than any team in hockey. If they go out there and they're scouting a team and they say, okay, we got to play Colorado tonight. Colorado averages 30 shots on goal. Then Vegas has 30 shots on goal before the end of the second period. They shoot shot after shot after shot after shot. Even if it's not an open shot, it could be a terrible shot. They fire the puck at the net more than any team in hockey. And that's part of the reason that they're so good and they're so hard to beat. Because a goalie can only stop so many things coming at them over and over and over again. Eventually, even if you got a 90% save rating or better, something's going to get by you. And with as many shots as they get off, it's hard to outscore them. And, again, they're fast. They'll wear teams out. Now, if you go back and look at game one, what's the one thing that they didn't do? Besides not have great face-offs, and they had, 4 power plays that they didn't capitalize on any of them. Very low-scoring game, 1-0, won by Dallas. Dallas, what was it? Almost doubled the shots on goal. Vegas went in with a game plan of, let's figure out how to methodically run plays, set up for shots. They wanted to go out there and play like a hockey team that they're not. That's what Dallas does. That's what teams like the Islanders do. That's what teams like Washington does. That's what teams like Chicago does. Not Vegas. Vegas doesn't go in with a game plan and say, okay, we're going to run these plays. They say, open man, take the shot, over. Do it again and again and again and again and again. Oh, we got 40 shots on goal, but we scored twice. And they also have very good goaltending. And they usually, their goaltender stays half as busy as the other guy. They went and did the exact opposite in game one. Number one, that's why it was so low scoring. Kudos to both goalies for a great game. One just slipped by Vegas early. Didn't happen again the rest of the game. So a very good defensive game. But where was Vegas on the offensive end? What they are most known for is the one thing they didn't do, and that's shoot shots on goal. That's not going to happen in game two. They're going to shoot the puck. And in this game, in game two, they have the advantage at goalie. So I always rate goalies for every team, everything. All the way through every team, every goalie, I give them a rating. You know, they get a percentage rating, and then I rate them of where I think they are in the NHL, what number they are. Now, Dallas and Vegas, they don't rate, as high. Like in my write-up today, I was talking about Tampa Bay and the Islanders. Both of those goalies are top 10 goalies in the league in my ratings. Vegas and Dallas don't have that. But to give you some perspective of what I'm talking about in that sense, what is projected to go is Ben Bishop, which I don't think is a smart move by Dallas. Ben Bishop is the probable goalie to go in for game two. I've got him ranked 37th overall in the NHL as far as goaltender. He's got an 84% save rating average for the entire season up until this point right now. Now, Fleury, Marc-Andre, is going in for Vegas, which I think is the correct decision. I've got him ranked 24th overall in my rating, so 13 positions higher, and he's got about a 91% save rating / average. So it doesn't seem like a lot. That is a very big difference in hockey. Huge. To give you some context and perspective there was 2% separating, 2% and 2 positions separating the Islanders and the Tampa Bay Lightning's goaltending situation today, and go look at the final score. So what do you think can happen of a team that's twice as fast, usually shoots twice as many shots, and has a goalie that is 13 spots higher with 7 points higher in their save rating and average? 7% higher, excuse me. That lines up with every single category that matters in this business for hockey. It lines up for a Vegas Golden Knights win. There's 2 ways that you can play this game. Either way, it's a premium play. I've already played it. It's on the site already. And that is, you can play it by playing the money line, because the money line is not outrageous. You can get it at $1.55 in most spots. I've seen 1/160, but I've also seen 1/150. I am okay at 160 or below. Everybody knows that in the hockey, 160 is usually my max. I don't like laying 160, but in hockey, overtime is more likely than in a lot of sports. So just in case it goes into overtime, if you are comfortable laying the 160, do so. That way, if it does go into overtime, you are still fighting for a win. Or if you play 5 dimes or something like that, you can play it minus a half goal in regulation, and you're laying dead even money, or it's plus 100. I mean, it's even money. So no juice, which is Money-wise, that's the smarter bet. But if it goes into overtime, you lose. It's considered a loss. So that evens it out. Lay the juice. Overtime is still fair game. Even money, no juice. They have to win in regulation. In this game, being that they're already down 1-0 in the series, the goaltending situation, I think that the smarter play from an investment standpoint, play them in regulation, as I do not think this game will go into overtime. But if you're wanting to look at it as a smarter play from a playoff hockey standpoint, always leave, if you can, always leave overtime in the mix. So that is completely up to you guys. However you want to do it, I'm comfortable either way. But the Vegas Golden Knights is my premium pick for Tuesday's free play. Make sure you jump on the MLB game of the month. Stay tuned for the live shows coming this week. Congrats to everybody that got the extra day promo for the week package, all the discounts that we were running through Labor Day. Congrats to all you guys. It's going to be a great football season. It's going to be a great rest of MLB playoffs, everything. These are going to be some of the best MLB playoffs you've seen in a long time, even though it's so different in so many ways. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. I can't wait to get back to doing our 3 times a week live show with everyone, and I can't wait for this MLB game of the month. I'm excited. Congrats to everyone on another great day and a ton of money made. Let's do it again on Tuesday, and I will see you back for another free play for Wednesday. And make sure you stay on the lookout for the NASCAR recap video, and congrats to Patrick on another great Sunday. Thanks, guys.